Have you ever looked at a puzzle and thought, wow, this is basically a crime scene waiting to be investigated? Well, today we're tackling what is arguably one of the most famous brain teasers in human history. A lot of people actually attribute this one to Albert Einstein himself. We're going to treat this explainer like a full-on, thrilling true crime investigation. We'll break down this ultimate logic riddle step by step, relying on literally nothing but pure, unadulterated deduction. Let's get into it.
Okay, picture this. It's a quiet street at night. You've got 5 mysterious houses lined up in a perfect row. Inside those houses live 5 people, and they are all of completely different nationalities. Each person drinks a specific beverage, smokes a specific brand of cigar, and keeps a specific type of pet. And smack in the middle of this perfectly balanced equation of 25 variables lies one seemingly impossible question. Who owns the fish?
So here is our crime scene. 5 distinct houses just holding on to their secrets. Right now, our detective's board is a total blank slate. It's just full of question marks representing the nationalities, drinks, cigars, pets, and house colors. Every single window holds a clue. And you know what? We are going to unlock every last one of them.
To crack this case, we have to understand the absolute laws governing our board, the rules of the game, so to speak. Every category has exactly 5 options, 5 unique colors, nations, drinks, cigars, and pets. There is absolutely zero overlap here. No 2 houses are the same color, no 2 neighbors share a pet. Because every single house is a totally unique combination, isolating just one tiny fact instantly eliminates possibilities for everything else. It's like a giant puzzle.
All right, we begin our investigation with our absolute strongest piece of evidence. Out of 15 total clues in the case file, clue number 1 is simple, but it is incredibly powerful. The Norwegian lives in the first house. This isn't just some vague hint, right? It's a fixed coordinate. We literally just found our very first anchor.
Because of that clue, we can permanently lock the Norwegian into the very first house on our evolving deduction board. Boom! House 1 is spoken for in terms of nationality. Now, all the other houses, from 2 all the way to 5, are still totally shrouded in mystery, but we've successfully planted our flag. From this single fixed point, the thread begins to pull.
Now, we take that fixed location and compare it against the rules dictating the neighboring houses. Another key clue in our file tells us that the Norwegian lives immediately next to the blue house. Well, since we already established the Norwegian is in house 1, which is on the absolute edge of the neighborhood, he only has one possible neighbor.
By crossing out the impossible combinations, we establish our second irrefutable fact. House 1 literally can't be blue, and house 3 is just way too far away. Therefore, house 2 simply must be blue. Look at how perfectly the logic flows here. Just one single deduction forces the very next action on our board.
Actually, I want you to pause for a second and just look at the board as it stands right now. Based on pure logic alone, where would your investigation lead you from here? If house 2 is completely locked in as blue, what colors are left for house 1? Where do all the other pieces fit now?
You see, the whole secret here is that this isn't about guessing. Not at all. It's about following a strict, unbreakable chain of deductions, where every single answer forces the next one. The process of elimination is absolutely our greatest weapon. First, you anchor the absolute clues. Second, you draw logical connections between the relational clues. And third, you relentlessly cross out the mathematically impossible stuff, until literally only the truth remains.
As we apply this strict method to the remaining clues, the web of logic really starts to tighten. The matrix rapidly fills up with specific drinks, like coffee and tea, and specific cigar brands get assigned to their homeowners. The remaining empty slots become incredibly scarce. You can almost feel the walls closing in as the fog finally begins to lift from the neighborhood.
And suddenly, the board is almost completely full, leaving only one final, unresolved category. We now know exactly where the Norwegian, the Dane, the Brit, the German, and the Swede live. We know their house colors, their drinks, and their cigars for sure. All of that data is mathematically locked in. We are left staring at exactly one empty row at the very bottom. The pets.
4 of the pets have been successfully assigned to their rightful owners through the sheer power of deduction. There is exactly one blank square left in the entire matrix, one pet without a home. And the ultimate question we started with at the very beginning is staring right back at us. So, who owns the fish?
Through the uncompromising power of logical elimination, the final piece falls right into place. The grand answer? The German owns the fish. Every single other possibility was meticulously stripped away by those intersecting clues until this was literally the absolute undeniable certainty left on our board. House number 4, the German.
This conclusion wasn't just some lucky guess. It was the only possible outcome forced by the clues. Every single variable aligns perfectly without a single contradiction. We took a seemingly chaotic street filled with 25 completely unknown variables and brought total, undisputed logical order to the whole shebang.
You've seen exactly how the mechanics of this puzzle work now, how just one fixed anchor can cascade into a complete revelation. But if you were handed a blank board and those 15 clues today, could you solve it without seeing the solution? The challenge is yours. Thanks so much for exploring this awesome mystery with me.